It is the Frank and Friends show, another Seymour Smokies Insider Edition. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
Kathryn, we're going to go inside behind the scenes of show business in Pigeon Forge.
I love it. I'm so excited. You know how I love a good theater.
Yes, my friend Brian Hoffman has been performing as Red Skelton here at the shops in Pigeon Forge on Teaster Lane at the intersection of Wears Valley. The address actually is on Wears Valley when you look it up.
Nice. And you know, there's nothing else like this.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing Red Skelton for 15 years all over the country and has been settled here in Pigeon Forge for a little bit. And I'm telling you, it's really hard to call him by his real name because he is Red Skelton. He embodies.
Actually is Red Skelton. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be a great adventure. You can find it so easily. I mean, just this gorgeous view of the Smoky Mountains here in this shopping center on Wears Valley Road at Teaster Lane.
That's right.
There's a couple of other cool things in here. In fact, as Brian will tell us, we're near Cooters.
That's right, we are. So you can see that, and you'll know you're in the right spot.
Absolutely. Oh.
All right.
You see, welcome.
Well, thank you. Oh, look at
thank
this.
you.
We got a personal greeting.
Oh my
I'll be
goodness.
Carlton the doorman for you.
Oh,
thank
from
you.
the old Rhoda show. I get the reference.
And get Prince Albert in the can.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's the way they used to sell the tobacco. You would call the store and say, "Excuse me, do you have Prince Albert in a can?" And they would say yes.
And you say, let him out.
Brian Hoffman, I can't even call you that because I just want to call you Red Skelton.
Well, thanks. Freddie the Freeloader, if you might. Yeah, absolutely.
Frady the freeloader or Freddie? Oh, okay.
Freddie, not Frady. Freddie.
Okay.
Frady.
Because I'm Frady. So
You are Frady?
Yes.
What are you afraid of?
Cats, I guess.
Well, she does carry her load, though. I'll tell you that's for
does she?
sure.
Yeah.
And Freddie is one of Red Skelton's iconic characters.
Yes, it really is. It really is. He's been noted all over the world. It's a recognizable thing.
One of the ones my parents and grandparents always mentioned was Clem Cadiddlehopper. I knew who Clem Cadiddlehopper was before I knew who Red Skelton was.
Yeah. He's the dim-witted country bumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't too bright. They said the dad said to Clem, he said, "Did you go to school, stupid?" He said, "Yes, and I came home stupid."
Oh no!
Well, you were doing stand-up comedy, and at some point in your life, you realized you've got red hair. Your act had some similarities physically and just in personality to Red Skelton, and you just said you went all in.
I did, but it took a lot of people pushing and shoving, and I kept saying no. I screamed and I kicked and I hollered. But they finally said, "No, you better do it." So I did, and I haven't looked back. So
That's awesome.
fantastic.
It's been a lot of
That's
fun.
wonderful.
I mean, to the point that Red's family, his blood relatives, they're on your team. They're on Team Brian and Team Pigeon Forge.
They are. They're behind me 100%. Red's widow came here and cut the ribbon to name this after her husband. I've got pictures of her over there. I've been in contact with her. She wants to come back again. So
Nice.
We'll see. Maybe we can get a big celebration going on
And
bring her back here again.
the organization in Vincennes, Indiana, where
Yes.
Red's from, they've sent you memorabilia to display.
Yeah. Personal items of his that are on loan from the museum. And I've also got their blessing and backing, and I have access to all the DVDs and the videos and
That's amazing.
the old kinescopes and all that stuff.
Because you go there to
Whatever I
perform too. When you're not in Pigeon Forge,
I
you're
do.
often
Yeah, I'm June 11th.
June 11th.
June 11th.
Fantastic.
June 10th, we dedicate a statue at the Pantheon Theater, which is now an office building. But they're putting some things up in honor of Red Skelton.
That's fantastic.
And so we'll be there the 10th, and Red's widow will be there.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she'll be there for that. And then the 11th and 12th is the parade and the performance and all the other festivities and the fun things
Fantastic.
going on.
And then it's back to Pigeon Forge to entertain all of the visitors to the Smoky Mountains.
Yes,
How many shows do you
absolutely.
do here?
I do 6 shows a week here. I
Oh,
do
wow.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m., Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 8 p.m. I can do afternoons on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And we got 2 other shows. Miss Patty does a comedy and music show here Monday nights. And Greg Stout, who's been entertaining in the Smokies, he does Wednesday nights and Friday nights right here.
Nice.
That's great. So whenever you're coming to the Smokies, chances are there's going to be a show that
There's
day.
going to be a show here, one way or another. It's either comedy or music and comedy, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So when you start off the show, I mean, I think you save Freddie for last because you can
Yes,
put the
yes.
the beard on.
Yeah.
You start with what era of red? The tuxedo red, the
Yes,
Clem Cadilla
yeah.
opera red. Which one?
The tuxedo is Red Skelton. Do a little bit of monologue. Do a couple of quick pantomimes, and then
like
actually,
the seagull bit, maybe, or
yeah, that. And I'm doing the old man in the door and the newborn baby, and mouse stealing a piece of cheese.
Nice.
That's always fun. That's a good quick one.
yeah.
And then Junior, the mean widow kid, is now in the show. So Junior, he said, if I do it, I get a whooping.
Oh.
And if I don't do it, I get a whooping. I do it. So Junior's in the show. And then
Nice.
eventually Clem is in there.
Yeah.
Guzzler's gin routine. I make a mess. I just got done mopping the stage. So
And one thing that Red Skelton was known for is how he could take his hat and just make it a character in the
Yes.
show. It would
Yeah.
twist it in different ways, and that would affect who he was.
yep, exactly. Do the same thing. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a lot
Well,
of fun.
let's take a look around
Absolutely.
this beautiful theater right in the shops at Pigeon Forge. So if I were describing the location, I would say where's Valley Road, where it meets
Teaster Lane.
Teaster Lane?
Yep. Across from the Pigeon Forge Snow, behind the Pink Jeep Tours.
Yeah.
Right next to where if you got any Dukes of Hazzard fans out there, Cooters is right here in
Yes.
this complex.
With Congressman Ben Jones runs that place,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Or
he
former
does.
Congressman Ben
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, and it's amazing how many people come up and get their picture taken next to that car.
Wow, that's
So,
great.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to get my picture taken next to you, so
Well, there you
Here
go.
we are.
Wow,
Yeah.
wave,
How are
very
you?
Cheese.
Hey,
show us the stage, because that's really,
Yeah.
of course, I'm a microphone fan, so when I
you
see,
like that, Mike?
It is a great one.
It is.
It's iconic, isn't it?
It is.
I have
but
one at
it's-
home, believe it or not.
Well, that's actually a new. It's a Shure 55.
And these
Yeah.
are some of the hats
That's
that
some
I was,
of the
I was.
hats, yeah. Yeah, that's some of.
Where do you get the hats made? I mean, because you have these look.
The majority of my hats were actually made by a hat company in Las Vegas. So that hat right there was made by the D. Bar J Hat Company in Las Vegas. They're handmade.
Nice.
Yeah.
And same way with this one.
Let me
This
see that
hat
one.
right here. D. Bar J. And then they even put, if you look, it says Freddie the Freeloader.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the lights, you just step into the light.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yep.
Like a moth to the flame.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In addition to all of the artwork, we have jackets that are obviously behind glass for a reason.
Oh yeah, we don't want anybody touching them. Although I did try them on. I tried them on.
Are you the same size?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was from Caesar's Palace. He used to wear this on stage. This was one of his tuxedos.
beautiful.
It fit, the sleeves are a little short, so I must have longer arms than he did.
Oh.
But everything else was all right, so. Yeah, and then that was one of his shirts that he wore, which he obviously wore that because he cut the tag out of it, so the tag obviously bothered him.
Oh,
on the
interesting.
back of the neck.
Because you think of him as always making funny faces, but when you see
Yeah.
what he looked like as like a movie star,
Yeah,
like that's the same guy,
yeah, it is.
But he'd love twisting up his face and to get a laugh.
Absolutely.
Are comedians people?
No, sadly we are obnoxious.
These are actually his signatures with the black Sharpie.
Oh,
He's actually touched these.
so somebody painted him and he autographed him.
No, it's his work.
Oh, wait,
His
he painted-
artwork.
oh,
And then
oh.
what he did was once people couldn't afford the originals. I've got an original up there that's valued at about 20,000.
Yeah.
So you and I couldn't afford that. So
course
what he
not,
did
yeah.
was he had
Prints made.
numbered copies made.
Oh, nice.
And then that
he
way
would
it's
sign
more
those.
affordable. Yeah, absolutely. And they're all numbered and they would come with certificates of authenticity.
Oh, he was very talented.
Yeah. And there's him and Milton Berle.
Making some good
And
faces.
Johnny Carson when Johnny was real young. If you remember that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny was one of Red's writers years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah. Back in 1963, those papers were cost 7 cents.
Wow.
But look
Yeah.
how that red outline of
That's
Red
really cool.
himself.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to say. How do I say it's a red ink outline of Red Skelton on the newspaper? That was
Yeah, that,
from the original publication. They made it that way
yes,
on purpose.
They made it that way on purpose, and I can only imagine the cost to get that done like that. But they were really proud of him coming to town.
Well, no
And,
kidding,
they
yeah.
they named the bridge after him there in Vincennes.
City prepares
That's
to
great
welcome Red
marketing.
Skelton home.
Yeah,
And then the next day, today is Red Skelton Day.
yeah.
That's great.
And then I've actually got the invitation and the program
Oh, nice.
and then some other clippings out of the newspapers.
And another good thing about it is they didn't have to unname anything. You know, he maintained the reputation that he earned. You know,
Right.
Absolutely.
There's no embarrassment. It's not. You can say, all these years later, you can still say, "Yep,
Yeah.
we're proud. We're still proud of Red Skelton."
And those are actually Red Skelton shoes, and I tried them on and they fit. So
Nice.
I filled Red Skelton shoes. And they are heavy too, boy. Oh
Are
boy.
they?
Yeah, they really are. They're heavy. They're a solid wingtip shoe.
Wow.
That was the original hat that I used to use for Clem Cadiddlehopper, and it eventually wore out.
I
so
bet.
I had to get another one, so I just put that on display.
So this is the entrance to the Red Skelton Tribute Theater.
Yes.
I have to ask, Brian, you were talking about all the different places you performed in Vegas. What was your path to Pigeon Forge?
Interstate 40.
I mean, okay, let me rephrase that.
I mean, it's a good path.
Yeah, it is. It's easy.
Was the traffic okay?
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh,
There was
okay,
a few
good.
I can
places,
ask
you know.
that question differently. Okay, you're in Pigeon Forge.
And yeah,
Before that, you were in
and
Vegas.
I made it to Amarillo by morning.
Nice.
I did.
Nice.
So you perform regularly in Vegas.
Yes, I did. I was out there 10 years performing. My last show theater was the Weston.
There's something about Pigeon Forge, though, that gives you the opportunity to,
It does.
not
And
just you, but
Yeah.
other entertainers. There's a lot of great little niche theaters here.
It's a beautiful little community, close-knit community.
Yeah.
We all help one another out. There's enough for everybody to go around.
Yeah. That's
great.
And I never even thought about Pigeon Forge. It was my buddies in Vegas going, "That's where you should go." And I'm like, "Where
Why?
is Pigeon Forge?" They said it's in Tennessee. So I get out Google Maps and I look up Pigeon Forge and I went, 5,000 people. Are they nuts? And they said, no, look up tourism.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
did,
yeah.
and then I came out and checked out the town. I was like, you know what, this is going to work. Even though I didn't have a place to go.
Wow. It's
So,
amazing.
Yeah.
Were there any other stops along the way in your career?
I used to live in Ohio, but that was way before I ever
Okay.
chose the path of Red Skelton. I was doing my own comedy then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there was
And,
a lot
and
of-
driving all over the country for gigs.
Yeah, and then I was a truck driver too, so I'd be driving all day, drive a truck, and then I'd get in my car and drive half the night to do a gig, and then
Oh,
I'd
wow.
come back home and get in the truck and drive all day.
That's
So,
amazing.
That's dedication is what
Yeah.
it is, but it also prepares you, I mean, to just be on your toes when
All
the
the
camera's
time.
on, when the audience is here.
Yeah.
Yes, it is,
Ready to go.
and yeah, it's the whole thing is timing, and you got to be doing it to keep current and keep active. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well done.
nice.
What's the best way for us to find you and come see a show?
Go to RedSkeltonComedyShow.com or RedSkeltonTributeTheater.com. Google Red Skelton Pigeon Forge.
Oh yeah, we did all of those things
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
to come here today. Actually,
Here we
come,
are.
Come to think of it,
They
yeah.
work.
Call 865-428-8900. That's 865-428-8900. Call now. Operators are standing by. And if you act right now, not only are you going to come see Red Skelton, but we have 2 other shows you can come see too.
And if you're real nice, you might get to talk to Brian's wife, Renee,
There
like
you
I
go.
did. Yeah.
Absolutely. She's here every day answering the phones.
Outstanding. Well, what a joy. You've just
thank
brightened
you.
my day. Thank you so
thank
much.
you. So, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. guys.
Red Skelton Theater at the Shops in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you very much. We
You're
appreciate you.
welcome. Thank you for having me on your show.
This is the Seymour Smokies Insider Edition on the Frank and Friends Show. If you want to learn more about us, you can find us online,
FrankandFriendsShow.com.
where we've got our own merchandise and also, of course, our regular podcast where we talk about all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we do in daily life. And we'll be talking about you, I guarantee it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So thanks so much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing
Smashing that button.
for notifications so you can get all of our YouTube videos. This is the Frank and Friends Show. I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. It's Frady the Freeloader.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you again next time.
Good night. God bless.
God bless.
Yeah.
Teach me how to say God bless.
God bless.
God
You got to have a
bless.
little list to it.
God bless.
Yeah. Yeah.